Kyoto, 1581. A land of cherry blossoms and bloodied swords. A warlord's castle. A crowd gathers, murmurs rippling like a storm. At the center, a man unlike any they've seen. Towering. Skin like midnight. A warrior who'd crossed oceans to stand in the heart of feudal Japan. This is not a legend. This is Yasuke, the man who became samurai. To understand Yasuke, you must first understand the chaos he stepped into. Japan's Sengoku period, an era of warring states where warlords clawed for power. Among them, Oda Nobunaga, the Demon King, a revolutionary who crushed traditions, embraced firearms, and dreamed of unifying Japan. But Nobunaga had a weakness: curiosity. For the strange, the foreign, the extraordinary. When Portuguese traders and Jesuit missionaries arrived, they brought guns, Bibles, and a man from beyond the known world. Yasuke's origins? A mystery. Some say Mozambique, others Ethiopia. What's certain, he was taken from Africa, thrust into the service of Alessandro Valignano, a Jesuit envoy. In 1579, they sailed to Japan, a land where no African had ever walked. Nobunaga heard rumors. A giant, black as charcoal, with the strength of 10 men. He demanded to see him. When they met, Nobunaga did the unthinkable. He ordered servants to scrub Yasuke's skin, convinced it was ink. But when the water ran clear, the warlord laughed. Here was power. Here was a symbol. And so Yasuke entered his service. Not as a slave, but as a warrior. Samurai status wasn't given, it was earned. Yasuke fought like a demon. He stood guard as Nobunaga's shadow. Learned the sword. Spoke the language. Earned respect in a world that saw outsiders as barbarians. Within a year, Nobunaga did what no lord had ever done. He granted a foreigner the title of samurai. Ceremonial armor, lands, a place at his right hand. But this was no fairy tale. Yasuke's rise came at a price. He was both weapon and trophy, proof of Nobunaga's power to bend even the most alien to his will. June 21st, 1582. The Honnoji Temple. Nobunaga's trusted general, Akechi Mitsuhide, launched a coup. Outnumbered, Nobunaga chose death by ritual suicide. But Yasuke refused to flee. He fought his way to Nobunaga's son, Oda Nobunaga, and made a last stand. When defeat was certain, he surrendered, on one condition: his sword be returned to Nobunaga's heirs. Mitsuhide, disgusted, called him a beast who knew nothing of honor. But even in defeat, Yasuke defied him. What happened next? History goes quiet. Some say Yasuke was executed. Others claim he vanished into exile or even returned to the Jesuits. But the records burn with him today. Yasuke is a ghost and a mirror. For centuries, Japan saw itself as homogeneous. Yasuke's story cracks that myth. He forces us to ask, how many others were erased? How many threads of history were cut? In a world obsessed with borders, Yasuke's legacy is a rebellion, a black man in feudal Japan, a samurai who defied race, rank, and reality. He reminds us, history isn't just the story we're told, it's the story we survive. Yasuke's truth may be lost to time, but his blade still cuts through the lies we tell ourselves about the past. And in that cut, we find a question. Who else is waiting to be rediscovered?